Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are actually going to be talking about a Patreon requested film. Eddie, one of my Patrons, requested that I cover Night Watcher. Now, I had two options going into this, either the original 1994 Dutch film or the American remake from '97. I tried to find the original version. I could not find it anywhere to watch, so I ended up going with the American remake, which I was able to actually watch through Pluto TV. Downside to kind of watching things through Pluto, a lot of commercials, a lot of advertisements, which tends to kind of ruin the flow of the movie. So that was just really kind of the only downside to watching this one. Now, this will be a spoiler review. I will definitely be ruining this film if you have not seen it. So if you haven't and you don't want anything spoiled, I highly suggest watching it first and then coming back and watching this review. Now, this film has a amazing cast of actors in it. It follows the story of a man named Martin, played by Ewan McGregor, who is a night watchman guard at a morgue, and it focuses a lot on his friendship with this other character, Josh, played by Josh Brolin, and also their significant others, his girlfriend, Catherine, played by Patricia Arquette, and Josh's Mary, played by Lauren Graham, which I've actually been rewatching Gilmore Girls, so seeing her in this was a bit of a twisted shock to the brain a little bit. And it also has, and I hope I pronounce his name right, Brad Dourif, who most of you will know as Chucky in the Child's Play franchise. He plays a doctor in this. He's not in it a whole lot, but he's throughout it. But Martin's character, with his new job, gets kind of wrapped up in this ongoing investigation to find this serial killer who is killing women and taking their eyeballs. Those victims are being taken to this morgue, so that's kind of how he gets wrapped up in it a little bit. Now, for the spoilers, we have his friend James, like I mentioned, played by Josh Brolin, who, not a great guy. He treats his girlfriend like shit. He cheats on her. Really, both of them at one point, in something that does not stand up well in this film. They both end up getting involved with a 17-year-old sex worker. So, a little hard to root for Martin's character after that part. He doesn't full-on have sex with her, but she does give him a hand job in a restaurant. It's still not good, and it turns out that she is actually friends with one of the victims of this serial killer, which kind of ends up tying Martin even more so into this. And they do spend a chunk of this film pointing you in the direction of James. They make it seem like he's the one who is going to be the serial killer, and he's trying to put the blame on Martin by getting him involved with this sex worker. Of course, they don't refer to her as a sex worker throughout this film, but I'm not gonna say the word that they do refer her to, because it's not good. So that's really like how the plot of this film kind of starts to go. And then we are hit with, which I thought was like, okay, cool, like, it's fine that they're revealing it. We're gonna see how this goes, how they end up catching this James character. But then, towards the end, it gets revealed that it is actually one of the police officers who is investigating this. We see his reveal kind of early on after he kills a character, and then we see him start to kind of like plant the evidence on Martin, and of course Martin starts to kind of figure things out as well, and that is like our big twist in this, which I liked. Like, I did not see that part coming. I really thought that it was gonna be like James and that Martin was gonna be the one that kind of gets caught, and I did not expect there to be an additional twist to this. So when that was revealed, I was shocked and pleasantly surprised, and I thought that it was a really good way to take this film, and I actually ended up really enjoying it. I think I gave it like a 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. It's at like a 2.9. Some people, you could tell, really weren't vibing with the film. I think for maybe some people, like myself, I am, you know, a 90s kid. So I think for me, I'm able to enjoy films like this that are from like the late 90s and kind of have that like cheesy 90s vibe, because it does. And it is a film that does very like much take itself quite seriously. I saw that that was one of kind of the complaints about this, was that it was, for like someone said, for like a 90s film, it's like taking itself way too seriously, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. And I think for some people reviewing this or who have watched it maybe didn't grow up or haven't gone through the time of like watching horror films from like 80s, 90s, enjoying that kind of cheesiness of the films. That's what I just kind of expect. But I really like this film. I thought it was really good, and I definitely think it's worth checking out. Obviously, if you've watched this review, if not spoil it for you, but I still highly suggest checking it out, because I did really enjoy this. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this film if you have seen it. Eddie, again, thank you so much for suggesting this film. If you would like to suggest a video of your own, you can join my Patreon. If you join at $5, you get a one-time request. If you join at $10, you get a monthly request. So links for that and all of my other social media will be in the description. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more horror and spooky related content. And a big shout out to the rest of my Patreons. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye!